Hey guys, so Claude released its new computer use API and we just got to play with it a bit. So, what this is basically something that can access your computer. It's not exactly your computer, it's basically something that's running in a VM. So, they do have a nice announcement page, and the interesting part over here is that they have also released a new model. This is the new version of the Claude 3.5 Sonnet model, and it seems like they have made quite a bit of performance gain in this. But the most interesting part is the computer part. So this was really interesting. So I thought I'll just make a small video. So they do have all the information out here in the API docs. They so this is how you call the API. So they have mentioned it pretty clearly. So you have tools. Basically, it's the same as OpenAI function calling in the Claude universe. Yeah, so we do see that there are a couple of tools that they have created. There's a computer tool, then there's a text editor tool, and finally the bash tool. Let's just do one thing. Let's go ahead and try to run this and see how that works. We will try to run this now. So this is implementation that Anthropic has provided us in order to check out the computer use. So it's running right now. It takes a couple of seconds, but now you have the entire thing running on your browser. So let's go ahead and try that. Alright, so we can see that we now have access to this. Let's take this little over here. Yeah, okay. Let's just say Claude to do something very simple. Use Firefox and Google the most expensive restaurants in. Let's see how it works. So now we can see that it's taking action. So how it takes action is it takes a screenshot, sends it over. There are more details on this in the documentation. In the documentation, they do mention about the downscaling of the screenshot, which you can find over here. I'll probably include the link over here. And here you can see it goes to Google. Now there's a problem here because it cannot scroll. So there's sometimes a big problem in this. So now we just helped it a bit so that we get rid of that, and let's see if it does the Google search. Alright, so it wants to change the language, and you see it changes the language to English. Probably that's what it does. Yeah, okay, now it's there. Okay, I'm here in Barcelona, so it automatically gives you the entire thing in Spanish. Alright, so let's try to run another small experiment with this implementation, and I've already written this prompt, and we're gonna try to see if Claude works well on this. So let's go. So the agent loop is running here. You see the first screenshot. So it seems that it has opened it. Now these are the small tricky parts that Claude does not handle too well, which is like handling the tip of the day or things like scrolling. But I guess it's gonna get really better with time. So you can see it's running it right now. Maybe I would just go ahead and click on this here. So let's see. Alright, it has actually run. I just hope that it does not rate limit from the server, but Let's see. Okay. So it keeps on writing things. It seems like a very good demonstration of the potential use cases of this computer use. So now I guess it's just going to rate limit it out, but hopefully not. Okay, so it just mentions that okay, it knows that it has to put in the random numbers in. Just putting in the random numbers, and you can see how it's like moving in the keys and stuff. All in all, it knows what it is doing, and after every step, it is taking a screenshot. So it knows. There are some prompts which are already mentioned in the documentation, and you can use those prompts to actually make this even more accurate. But I'm using a very raw prompt just to showcase to you the potential of this. Now it seems like it is at the third row, it is entering the data right now, and let's see if it can do the whole total thing. Now let's see how it does the total. That's going to be something interesting to see. Eventually it's a large language model. Alright, so it does know that it has to put in a formula. Great, it seems like it knows that it has to put in a formula in there. And you see here, if you click here, you can see that it has actually done a sum between B2 and E2, so it knows what to do. See, it rate limited out, but we can pretty understand how well this is working, and it is actually understanding the screens through the screenshots. So I do see a promising future for this, and hopefully a lot of builders are going to be building really cool stuff with this. So hopefully see you again and talk to you soon.